FRA, we're starting with the FRA. Let's have a quick introduction of FRA. FRA or FSA, Financial Report Analysis or Financial Statement Analysis. One of the very interesting subject and one of the backbone of the CFA, because Chartered Financial Analyst, the analyst is required to analyze the financial statements and come to a conclusion whether this company is a good company to invest or a bad company to avoid. So analysis of financial statement is a backbone of the CFA. So this subject in level 1 and level 2 is not in level 3, is there in level 1 and level 2 will form the major crux of the knowledge of the finance that you will get in the CFA. It's about financial statement analysis. It's not about financial statement making. It's not accounting, it's financial statement analysis. So we are discussing the foundation to account session that first step is making the accounts, which is called as bookkeeping or accounting, where there are like the three golden rules of accounts: debit what comes, credit what goes out, etc. And the process is like your journal entries, the ledger, the trial balance, and then the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow. That is called as accounting. Then there is a guy who will validate whether the accounts, that is income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow, have been made properly, or there were some errors in that, or there were deliberate errors in that. Deliberate errors means frauds. So is there some error or there are frauds in that is to be found out by a auditor. So if auditor says that no, the accounts are perfectly fine, the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow are perfectly made fine, then these financial statements are released to public. Okay, so they are put on the website as well as they are given to NSE BSE. So from NSE BSE, you will be able, the investors will be able to access it. And then investors will need to analyze those financial statements and find out whether the company is doing well or whether the company is doing bad. Now, to find out whether the company is doing well or doing bad, there has to be there has to be a benchmark. So, for example, let's say Akshad gets 91 percentage. Is it good or is it bad? So, is it good? Is it bad? So, it depends on what was the expectations of his parents. So, if the parents were expecting him to get 95 percentage, then 91 percentage is bad. And if parents were expecting कि pass भी हो जाएगा तो बड़ी बात है, then 91% is great. So basically, once you analyze the financial statement, you need to have a benchmark. Is company doing well or is company doing bad? And for that, whether company is doing better or whether the company is doing bad, you need a benchmark. There are two kinds of benchmark that you could see. One is industry. Compared to industry, is company doing well, or compared to industry, the company is doing worse? Is company doing better than the industry or is company doing worse than the industry? This analysis is called as cross-section analysis. Okay, so this financial statement analysis where you are comparing the company with industry is called as cross-section analysis. Second, you can compare the company's financial situation today with financial situation 1 year back, 2 year back, 3 year back, 4 year back. So for example, if I compare Reliance in 2020 with Reliance in 2010, so I'm comparing Reliance with itself, but itself in the past, then that comparison, that analysis is called as time series analysis. So if Rajaram compares himself with others, is cross section. And if I compare myself with myself in the past, that's time series. Okay, so basically Reliance comparison with industry is cross section and Reliance comparison with Reliance in the past is time series. So in the financial statement analysis, you will see a cross section comparison and a time series comparison. In the financial statement analysis, you will look at a lot of ratios like current ratio, quick ratio, liquidity ratio, etc., etc., etc. But those ratios are based on financial statements. So first we need to understand, we need to know which are the financial statements, which we had covered in the foundation to account session, that there are three financial statements. One is income statement, one is balance sheet, and one is cash flow. So in this subject, you have three chapters, one on income statement, one on balance sheet, and one on cash flow. Okay, although we have discussed this in the accounts, foundation to account session, but let me just quickly recap it. The income statement talks about in a specific period of time, mostly in 1 year, whether company generated profit because sales were more than the cost, or losses because cost were more than the sales. So during that year, if the sales were more than the cost, profit was there. And if the sales were lesser than the cost, loss was there. So in that year, whether there was a sales exceeding cost or sales less than cost, based on that, if sales exceed cost, profit would be there. If sales are less than the cost, loss would be there. So if there is a profit, it's positive income. If there is a loss, that's negative income. So that is called as income statement, also called as a profit or a loss statement. Positive income is profit, negative income is loss. So that's income statement. Then during that year, uh, it could be possible that profitable company, which normally would be generating the cash, it could be possible that a profitable company might be a loser of a cash. Why so? ये discuss किया हमने, and we will rediscuss it again when we look at the cash flow statement. But right now, if you have not seen the foundation account, how many of you have not seen the foundation to account session? Raise hand. Don't worry, I'll not take your name. I'll not humiliate you. Don't worry. Just want to see how many of you have not seen the foundation to account session. Or at all those guys over here who have not seen the foundation to account session, after this session gets over, we don't have any session for the today. Thanks to me and my travel today. Please see the foundation to account session today itself if you have not seen it. Okay, so there are reasons why a profitable company, which normally should be a generator of a cash, could be a loser of a cash also. And a loss-making company, which should be a loser of a cash, sometimes could be cash generator also. A profit-making company could lose cash and a loss-making company could generate cash. Why? Foundation to account session, you'll get to know why. Okay, and in the cash flow statement also, we're gonna repeat that why a profit-making company could lose cash and a loss-making company could generate cash. We'll discuss that in the cash flow statement, and we already discussed that in foundation to account session. All right. So you will have a cash flow statement, and in that you will get to know how much cash was generated in that year or how much cash was lost in that year. In that year, did company generate cash or did company lose cash? So that's cash flow statement. And the balance sheet will come to know about two specific things about the company. कि कंपनी को जो पेमेंट करना है करंट ईयर में, can company honor those payments? Whatever payments company is liable to pay in the current year, can company make those payments as and when they are due? And secondly, whatever payments which are there in the future years, not in the current years, what are payments which are there in the future years, which company is liable to pay, will company be able to honor those payments? So will company be able to honor payments in the current year? If yes, company is, let me check out. Company is, if company is able to honor its short-term payments, Anmol, the company is?
Yes, sir. If the company is able to honor short-term payments, so it is good only, na, sir?
You haven't seen the foundation lectures. Other Anmol?
Sir, it's liquid.
Wonderful. It's liquid. I repeat, if the company is able to pay or honor its short-term payments which are due in the current year, company is liquid. And if the company is able to pay its long-term payments, company is solvent. Okay. Foundation account session, we had covered these words. If the company is able to pay its short-term payments, company is able to honor its short-term payments, company is liquid. If company is able to honor its long-term payments, company is solvent. So whether company is liquid, solvent, liquid, insolvent, illiquid, insolvent, all possible combinations: liquid solvent, liquid insolvent, illiquid solvent, illiquid insolvent. This would be analyzed from the balance sheet. Okay, so income statement will tell you whether in the specific year, in the specific year you generated profit or loss. A cash flow statement will tell you in that specific year whether you generated cash or whether you lost cash. And the balance sheet will tell you whether the company would be able to honor the current year payments and the future year payments. Liquid for current year payments and solvent for the future year payments. That will be analyzed from the balance sheet. Then in the balance sheet, you will see a particular things in the investment side, and one of that is your short-term investment and long-term investment. So short-term investment may inventories, which is nothing but the goods that you manufacture but you didn't sell. You manufacture, you didn't sell, so they are stored in your warehouse as inventories, So you'll have one chapter on the inventories, which we'll discuss in detail. You'll get to know why inventories में ऐसा क्या है, उसके लिए एक separate chapter की क्या जरूरत है. Inventory मतलब जो माल पड़ा है warehouse में, वो जो माल पड़ा है warehouse में, उसके लिए एक separate chapter की क्या जरूरत है, you'll get to know about it. There's something LIFO, FIFO, etc. So we'll discuss about that. So inventory, which is the extra production which you could not sell, which is there in your warehouse, one chapter on that. Long-term investments, touchable. Like I can touch this laptop, I can touch this webcam, I can touch this mic. So these are called as tangible long-term investment. Example, land, plant, machine, building. I can touch land, I can touch plant, I can touch machine, I can touch building. So they are called as tangible long-term. And there are intangible long-term like copyright. So it's in a PDF format. You can touch a PDF. Patent, trademark, goodwill. So copyright, patent, trademark, goodwill. Goodwill kya hai? I think some of you like get excited when it comes to goodwill. Like Sanjana and Dharmil got excited to goodwill. So I'll talk about goodwill later on. So this copyright, patent, trademark, goodwill, land, plant, machine, building, long-term investment, one chapter on that. So one chapter on inventories, one chapter on that short-term investment inventories, and one chapter on the long-term investment, land, plant, machine, building. All right. About the liability side, the company which is required to pay. So that liabilities is of two types: the amounts which are due in the current year and amounts which are due in the future year. So one particular chapter on the amounts which are due in the current year, which is called as current liability. So truly there's no specific chapter on the current liability. It is considered in the balance sheet and in the income statement chapter. So amounts which are due in the current year, which is electricity bill to be paid in the current year, maintenance to be paid in the current year, mobile bill to be paid in the current year, salaries of the employees to be paid in the current year, interest to be paid in the current year, tax to be paid in the current year. Okay, can you just repeat, Ayush? 3-4 things what I said which are to be payable in the current year.
Sir, income to be paid in the current year.
Income. Income will be earned. I'm saying what is to be paid in the current
Tax.
year. Tax to be paid in the current year. Interest to be paid in the current year. Salaries to be paid in the current year. Electricity bill to be paid in the current year. Payments to be made to the suppliers in the current year are all your current liabilities. Is that clear? Okay, non-current liabilities, the liabilities which you are liable to pay, but not in the current year. So that's the reason they call it as liabilities, but not current. Non-current liabilities, we are liable to pay that, but not in the current year. So like a home loan or a car loan, long-term loan, which you are liable to pay, but not in the current year, but in the future years. Okay. If you are able to pay that, then obviously you are solvent. So that non-current liability can be a separate chapter. So there's a separate chapter for the non-current liability. You'll get to know why there's a separate chapter on the non-current liability. Then the separate chapter on tax, which is very surprising. Tax क्या मतलब अगर मेरा income 100 रुपया है, tax rate is 30%. So income 100 rupees, tax 30%, tax would be $30. So 100 rupees of income, tax at 30%, tax should be $30. So इसमें separate chapter की क्या जरूरत है? There is a necessity because at many places the tax rules based on which the tax statement is made are different as compared to the financial reporting rules as prescribed by the body of accounting in that country. So in India, the accounting body is ICAI, which is reporting to the finance department. Obviously, you know who is a head of finance. Tomorrow is the Women's Day, so everyone knows who is the head of finance. Finance Minister. I'm expecting answer in the chat section. She became very famous based on the color of the sari that she wears during the public announcement, etc. All the bullshit thing actually, but I mean it was a lot of jokes about that, and people used to say that green color sari market up, red color sari market down. It was stupidity, but okay. I mean people used to say that. So basically, the Nirmala Sitharaman and obviously our Prime Minister indirectly makes the accounting rules. You can say that accounting rules are made by ICAI, but ICAI reports to Finance Ministry, the Ministry of Finance, and then to the Government of India. So basically, it's about the government. So Government of India will have Indian accounting rules, and those Indian accounting rules could differ from Indian tax rules. The way in which a company will make income statement and the way in which the company will make tax statement could differ. Now, logically, it should not differ because tax authority is also controlled by the government and accounting rules are also made by the government. So truly there should be a consistency between the accounting rules and the tax rules. But in many countries, not just India, in many countries, there's an inconsistency between the accounting rules and the tax rules. And that's the reason we have a separate chapter on income taxes because of inconsistency between the tax rules and the accounting rules. Okay. Then one chapter finally on the financial statement analysis, which is about ratio analysis, a cross-section comparison with other companies, and a comparison with yourself in the past, time series comparison. And then we will have a chapter where you will be using this financial statement to forecast the future. Because finally, the value that you're trying to estimate is not based on what happened in the past. The value would be based on what will happen in the future. For example, if I'm going to invest into Tata Motors share right now, which is around right now, I think 350 rupees, Tata Motors share 350 rupees, I will not be basing my decision to invest into Tata Motors based on the Ambassador and the Sumo and the Tata previous cars. Padmini maybe Tata का ही I think I don't know नहीं Padmini I think वो कलकत्ता वाले कंपनी का वो for what Hindustan Motors का I think. So I think Ambassador and Sumo are the past models of Tata Motors Indica. So they are no more prevalent. So the value of Tata Motors for me would be coming on whether the Tata ka latest model Nexon is going to be a success or is it going to fail. The investment that they have made in JLR and Land Rover, so I mean Jaguar Land Rover, so whether they will be fruitful investment or there will be loss-making investment, so that will determine whether the Tata Motors will go up or go down. The value comes not from what happened in the past. The value don't come from what has happened in the past. The value comes from what is in store for the future. I repeat this point, value don't come from what has happened in the past. Value comes from what will happen or what is expected to happen in the future. So for that, you have to predict the future. And for that, one chapter called as financial statement integration for estimating the cash flows in the future. It is just an introduction to it right now. Level 2 will have details of it. Okay, and last chapter, I mean not last, one more chapter is about analyzing whether the financial statements that you are being given, are they genuine or are they manipulated? But sir, we have an account, we have an auditor for that. Auditor का काम ये है कि ये manipulated है या audited है, manipulated है या genuine है, ये तो auditor check करेगा, तो हम क्यों करेंगे? See, when auditor is given the assignment of validating, so what he will do is he will cross check each and every item on the income statement, balance sheet and cash flow, and while doing a cross check he will check with the receipts. So sales receipt, purchase receipt, electricity bill, mobile bills, he will validate each and everything which is there on the income statement with the receipts. But sometimes the receipts are deliberately forged. So there is a forgery in the receipts making, etc., which auditor may miss out. So in this chapter, we'll discuss that is company deliberately showing a rosy picture or is company deliberately showing a deserted picture? So is company being shown to be good or is it genuinely good? Or is company shown to be bad or genuinely bad? Yes, sometimes company deliberately show that they are bad, but generally they are not that bad as they are being shown. Obviously, there's a reason to show good when you're not that good. But at the same time, there's a reason why to show that you are bad when you're not really that bad. There's a reason which we'll discuss later on. So in this chapter, you'll find out whether the company is depicting or showing a genuine picture. This is called as, there's a very specific word in the accounts called as window dressing. Okay, this is called as window dressing. Yes, this is called as window dressing. So basically, if you are staying in a building and there's a building next to you, samne wali building. So usme you see a window. So whatever is there in the house, you just can see it from the window. So sometimes it can be possible that the other guy might have painted the window in such a way that for the observers outside, it looks like the house is like that, but house is not like that. The like that house was painted on the window was dressed in such a way that the house looks good, but house was not good. It was portrayed to be good on the window, so the observers will look on the balance sheet, which will be a window to the company. Company would be a bullshit company, but on the balance sheet, which is the window of the company, it would be painted, it will be dressed in such a way that the company would be portrayed to be good, but it's not good. So from there, the window dressing word came out. So in this chapter, we'll find out whether the company is made to look good or it is really good. Okay, so that's called as red warning signs. So that we'll be discussing over there. Then there are first two chapters, which are just the introduction of the accounting rules, etc. So accounting rules, accounting principles, etc. That's the introduction of that. So those are the first two chapters. So I would want some of you to tell me at least 6 or 7 chapters that I discuss right now. I'm going to discuss that, but I would want some of you to tell me at least 6 or 7 chapters. Yes, Daivam? 6 or 7
Yes, sir.
chapters.
So a couple of the first two chapters being an introduction, then a chapter on income statements,
That's the okay. First 2 chapters, okay. And then, yeah, go on.
a chapter on income statements, another chapter on analyzing financial
Complete income
statements.
statement, balance sheet, cash flow. So first
Yes,
two
sir.
chapters were income statement, balance sheet, cash flow. Okay. Next, on the investment side, there were 2 chapters.
Yes, sir. Then one of them based on, again, how do you know if a company is conducting frauds or not? I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly the name of the chapter.
On the investment side, what were the 2 chapters?
So was that the part where you spoke about understanding the ratios and analysis of the financial
Investment
statement?
side, there were short-term investment and there were long-term investment.
Oh, yes, correct. Yes, sir.
So what was the short-term investment?
Sorry?
Inventory. Inventory was
Right. So inventory and then assets, and then you spoke about the current, non-current liabilities as well.
what was the long-term investment wala chapter ka naam? Abul?
Sorry, no.
Isha. Jinal. Karan. What was the 2 chapters on the investment side? One was inventory, second one was? I'm so disappointed that all these 5 guys are not able to recollect the name of this chapter. That was long-term investment, which was land, plant, machine building, copyright, patent, trademark. All right. Then on the liability side, short-term liabilities ke liye, current liabilities ke liye, there was no chapter, but there was a chapter on non-current liabilities. Then a separate chapter on tax. Then a chapter on the financial statement analysis, which Daivam was mentioning it about it. Then there are chapters on the forecasting the future and analyzing whether the company financial statements are genuine or they are made to look good. Red warning signs. So these were all the chapters. So one important thing that you should note is that you should not take all the note of all the things that I'm gonna speak about. Okay, because it's getting recorded and you will have the recording later on if you feel ki I will miss out something. So then there's a recording available. So you should not take the notes of everything that I'm saying, but whatever things I repeat, that means those are important. I say time pass ke liye I'm not repeating. So those things you should take a note of that, like quick notes of that. Okay, so keep in mind that if I'm speaking something, it's not required to be written everything. But if I'm repeating something twice, right, that means you have to take a note of that. All right. Any doubts with respect to syllabus of FRA? Yes, Dave. Just raise hand. Any doubts with the syllabus of FRA?
No, sir. Just now you said that sales can be manipulated.
Everything can be manipulated. Not just
Yes.
expenses could also be
Sir,
manipulated.
but there was one lecture in I think corporate finance. There we were calculating a ratio of profit upon equity, profit upon net profit, and profit upon sales.
Correct.
So there you said that the most manipulated thing is equity.
No. Most manipulated figure is net income.
Yes, sorry. Most manipulated figure is net income. Then second most reliable is net profit, and the most reliable is sales.
Correct.
So then now their most reliable thing was sales. Now
I'm not saying sales is most manipulated. I'm saying sales can be manipulated.
Okay, so sir, I was confused that there it was most reliable and here it.
The profit is the most manipulated figure. I never said sales is not manipulated. Sales ka manipulation is to the lesser extent as compared to the manipulation of expenses and profit. All right, Anjali,
Sir, weightage of this subject.
important question. Weightage of this subject. The weightage of this subject is 15%. Shubham.
Okay.
Sir, I have heard that this subject takes long time to finish because it's quite lengthy. So according to you, how much time will it take to finish this subject?
I will take at least 1 month to finish the subject. So entire March and maybe first week of April will go over there. Yes, Vidi.
Okay.
So number of questions.
180 ka 15%, that would be 27. Yes, Ayush. I repeat,
Sir, on a
this question was how many questions I can expect from this chapter in the exam. It's 180 ka 15%, that's 27. Yes, Ayush.
so on a scale of 1 to 10, how
Okay, I'll ask that question later on, but at this point of time, I will say it would be on a scale of 1 being most easy and 10 being most difficult, it will be somewhere around 6, I believe. Won't be that easy subject, won't be very difficult subject either.
No, so answered. The question was answered.
Okay. Fine, this was the introduction of the subject of financial statement analysis, FRA, which is the one complete book, I think book number 2, right? Yeah, book number 2. In your book number 2, book number 3. Book number 2 is economics, book number 3 is financial statement analysis.